Planters Bank was founded in 1946 by farmers and business owners because they needed a community bank that knew them and understood their business. A lot has changed since then, but Merchants and Planters Bank is still employee-owned and operated, and we're still committed to knowing and understanding the needs of every customer we serve. Great rates, fast turnarounds, and experienced local bankers ready to work for you. That's why you should choose Merchants and Planters Bank. Stop in any of our 12 locations or contact us at mnpbank.com.
Welcome you to Sports Unleashed, an abbreviated version because the Arkansas Razorbacks are coming on in about 22 minutes, so we'll have a little time to discuss a few things. We'll have the Two Chicks Florist birthday report, David Black, Hayden Schultz on the studio live at Cable 15 TV, Facebook Live. How's Hayden Schultz?
Solid as a rock.
Everything good?
Solid.
That's good. We just real quick show. We just got to get right after it.
Who else would you just have a show? Just two people.
Well, I mean, we gave the other guys the
don't need Ben.
We gave those guys the day
just
off.
Stay at home, guys.
Just stay at home. We'll handle it. We'll handle this. Josh, we just stay at home. We might need you next week, but right now we got this one handled.
We're good.
Very good. All right, Hayden Schultz, tell us about. We're going to talk Newport High School. We always talk about Newport Greyhound stuff. We have some stuff that's not football as such, kind of football related, but it's also high school kids, junior high kids cheer program.
Let's see here.
Give us a scoop on our cheerleaders, because our cheerleaders, as usual, have been magnificent for years and continue to be so.
Absolutely. NHS varsity looks like they came away with second place in the large varsity band chant. And they also walked away with 2 superior ribbons, a spirit stick, and a technical excellence in motion. And they also earned a bid to nationals. So
Really?
I mean, that's got to be a pretty big deal.
I think so. Yes, I think so.
I think the junior high girls did the same, had an outstanding performance as well. They walked away with a spirit stick, an excellent and superior ribbon, and a bid to national as well. And then it looked like we had 3 All-Americans.
Really?
We had 2 in the high school, Aubrey Burns and Madison Lovelady, and Finley George for the junior high. And it looked like Aubrey Burns was the Top Gun varsity tumbler for this week. And from what I've gathered on Facebook and read, it means she was the best tumbler there.
Awesome.
In all classifications, state of Arkansas, she was the best one there.
I think sometimes, Hayden, we get so excited about football because, we played the game, and we really don't do justice to talking about the cheer squads, the Whippets, the band, the ROTC, and sometimes these folks get overlooked. But let me tell you what, they work hard. They work as hard as any group, and it's not easy to do what they do when you start talking about tumbling and this chant, that chant, so on and so forth. A lot of work these girls put in.
Well, and at halftime, you're sitting there at midfield. You can get away with missing a block. Nobody will know.
Right.
Right guard, you miss a block. You go out there and you're doing a dance recital as a whippet, or you're having to do a stunt, and you fall and do something like that. Everybody sees you. So it's just as important. And then the national anthem, beginning of the game when you have to do that.
Hey, miss a note.
Hey, everybody knows when you miss a note.
That's right.
And JROTC, when they come out with the flags, everybody knows when you're carrying that flag. They're watching you, and they have to stand up and don't trip. Hold that thing tight. And so, and you always see the band gets there early, and they do a little performance before,
Sure.
getting everything tuned up. JROTC, if you get there real early like we do, you'll see those guys.
They're practicing.
They're walking back and forth.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Back and forth. I'd probably tell whoever the colonel is, hey man, I got this down. I can walk. But it's precise. They do a great job at that. And then the cheerleaders, they have to split time on the field, because you have to get lined up. You're on the 25-yard line.
Right.
Well, if you get to do it in the kiddie building, you don't really know where the 25-yard line is on the football field. So yes, it takes lots of work. It's just as important as anything. It's what they prefer.
Absolutely.
It's what the girls want to do. It's not football. We love football.
Right.
And I wasn't a cheerleader, so. But, I respect the cheerleaders. My sister was a cheerleader and things like that. So they put just as much time and effort into things and doing these camps and going to these things that they need a pat on the back as well.
Hey, and there's no doubt cheerleading over the course of the years has changed, where it used to be just a support group for the athletic department. Well, they're that, but it's a lot more. They're a competitive group. They do go to these camps. They do spend an enormous amount of time in their preparation. And as you say, when you go to those camps, or whether you're performing on Friday night, if you make that one mistake where you're kicking left and everybody else is kicking right, you think, well, they're out of tune there. They're out of tune. But what a job those kids do, and we salute them, what they do, and glad to have support groups that do more than just support our athletics. They support themselves and have fundraisers for themselves. But as Newport High School visited with Tim Branham today, just from a football-related standpoint, and he wasn't talking about just football, but Tim Branham, who was here in 98, 99, and 2000. He's been hired as the offensive coordinator, as you've heard on this show. But he was talking to me today about how important it was to be back in Newport, how special it was. He told me, he said, when I walked in the Keedy building, he said, and we'll have Coach on here next week or two, but he was excited to be back, thrilled, and he talked about our kids and how hard our kids worked. He talked about our spirit groups. He said, I know what it's going to be like on Friday night. I know what it's going to be like in the school. I know where the leaders are going to be. He said they're going to be in all those support groups. And he mentioned the band. He mentioned the Whippets. He mentioned the cheerleaders and all those people that what an ROTC program we have right here. And so it hasn't. See if we're still on. I think we're still on. But anyway, great to have Tim Branham back. We're good. Great to have him back. I think we're still. Yeah, we are back. But talking about Tim Branham and him being back, and he's excited. He said he was thrilled to death. He walked back into the Keedy building for the first time, and we're glad to have him. He's going to be a good one, offensive coordinator guy, and you know what he did. He talked about the coaching staff. He said a great group of guys. He said you can feel the camaraderie among them. He said he bragged on Brian. He bragged on Josh. He said He said, I can tell you some unsung heroes. And he said, talking about Rashad and LeVar. So these guys are big-time coaches. They're big-time coaches. And everybody on his staff's a big-time coach. So he's looking forward to it. He thinks we're going to win some games.
Yeah, and I saw Josh Austin, LeVar Neal went out and went to Batesville.
Right.
Reached out to Price Holmes.
Absolutely.
I saw it on Facebook.
Yes.
Getting with him on strength and conditioning and stuff like that. And, I mean, Price, Newport guy at Batesville. But, hats off to him for sharing the knowledge that he's got at the University of Arkansas, being a walk-on, earning a spot, being a big-time player in SEC football.
Yes, sir.
Knows a lot about what the body can do and things like that. And to, share that with us and let LeVar go over there and let Josh Austin go in there. And, I mean, that was big time. I thought that was hats off to him for doing that. And that's just going to make us better. When you can reach out to these coaches and pick their brains on what kind of works for them and things like that, I think that's big time. So, yeah, I mean, right now, everything's looking for sure. I'm just ready to watch them play.
It's always that time, isn't it?
Yeah, I practice all that. Coach, y'all have fun with that. I just want to see them on Friday night.
Sir, we don't have to be there for practice. We just have to be for the game.
I'm just going to be there Friday. 7 o'clock, I'll be there.
Well, it's right around the corner. We talked last week, just a couple of months away, and Julie Reardon brought the media guide, the Southside media guide from last year, to me and was showing me some stuff in it the other day, and we had a great conversation. We talked about ground football, and I get off track and tell them my stories as I always do, like I do on the show. But, I mean, this thing is going to be a super nice it's just like a Hooten's media guide, but it's just going to be all Newport stuff. There's going to be some stuff about Newport history, and that's what she was asking me about. And I told her, gave her your number to reach out for anything on, the more current, 2012 to current or whatever, 13, and that you were more knowledgeable about that. And the thing about it, so many of us love Friday nights. We love being there. We love being able to broadcast. It takes a lot of money to do what we do. It takes a lot of time to do what we do, and it takes a lot of effort to do what we do. But we love doing what we do, and if it ever becomes a job, we won't do what we do. So I love doing it on Friday nights.
No, there ain't nothing like it being in the booth, other than playing.
Oh, I know.
Other than putting the helmet on, this is the closest thing to it.
Well,
in my opinion.
It's the closest thing to it.
I haven't ever got to coach the Newport Greyhounds, so I can't necessarily say that. But in my life,
well, those of us who haven't feel what we do, we feel like
it is as close as it gets as far as feeling.
Pretty cool.
Getting amped up. I mean, we're going on the way there. No music. It's just talking about the game. I mean, you could get in the Yukon with us on the way there and think we're the offensive, defensive coordinator, and special teams coach. Here's the junior high. You would think that we already had it licked for the game. I mean, but we're all just passionate about it. We all love the Greyhounds and everything that they do. And there's just nothing like Friday night at Greyhound Field. There's nothing in the world like it.
We go on those trips and we project what we think is going to happen, and then when we come home, we analyze what did happen. We talk about our broadcast. We talk about the things that we did on the broadcast, and it's just it's fun doing what we do. And for you guys, let me tag along for my next year involved. Man, I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. As a matter of fact, if you look at all the years that we've ever done, because there's been so much turnover. I mean, we're completely new from really top to bottom from the football standpoint, and and Coach Mark Heisley's off to a great start over at Brooklyn, and Mr. Bunch is off to a great start. Jesse Frost is off to a great start over in Brooklyn, and those other folks that have left, and Coach Spears just took a job over at Harrisburg, and good luck to him. But you move on, and you're on that bandwagon. I'm a hounder. I'm a Friday night. When they turn the lights on, I'm ready. I may not be as good as I once was, but I'm as good one time as I ever, or something like it. Whatever the saying is.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I love doing what I do. I love being a part of it. And when I get to where, and Bud Black got this way where he could not crawl he couldn't get up in the stands anymore, and that's when he had to get out. He'd still be doing it today if he were alive and walking. He'd still be up in the broadcast booth, but he just got to where he couldn't get up there. But anyway, we just got a few more minutes. The Razorbacks play at 6 o'clock, and I know at 6 o'clock everybody's going to watch the Razorbacks, including us. But we thank everybody for watching. John 64 in the house. John G. Pennington we did our auto show with John today. And John, by the way, Tim Branham was telling me that his dad watches our show every Saturday morning. We do a television show that everybody knows. It's on Saturday morning at 6:30 on KAIT Channel 8. And then, of course, we run them on Facebook. A lot of people watch it on Facebook. But John is a hoot on this show. John Pennington's a hoot anyway, but he's just number 64 in your program, number 1 in your heart. He played on that team right over there. John about 150 pounds, 155 pounds, if he was that much.
What do you play?
He's offensive guard. He'd hit you. I guarantee you, John. Don't think John Pennington wouldn't. You might look at John and go, he couldn't. No, he'd hit you. He'd hit you right in the mouth. John G is in the house. But let's talk about the Razorbacks, and then we have to get a Chris Sharp. Appreciate you. And Chris always watches our program, and all those folks who do. Miss Jennifer Keaty says, "Go Hounds." We thank you so much. But you get into this World Series, and you look about what's going on. And we're already guaranteed, an SEC team's already guaranteed a spot in the finals to play, simply because Auburn just beat Stanford this afternoon 6-2, and Stanford with their second loss, and Auburn only loss was to Ole Miss 5-1. Hogs coming up at 6 o'clock tonight after the shellacking they had of Stanford, play Ole Miss, conference games, not conference games, but a conference challenger. And it's always great when Arkansas and Ole Miss get together. We'll talk more about that. But Oklahoma has already won 2 games. They beat Texas A&M and then beat Notre Dame. They beat Notre Dame 6-2. They beat A&M 13-8. A&M came back and put Texas out, so Texas is gone. Stanford is now gone. And elimination games tomorrow between Notre Dame and Texas A&M. And Auburn will play the loser of the Arkansas-Ole Miss game. Here's a key for whoever wins the Arkansas-Ole Miss game, just like Oklahoma is in. Oklahoma just needs to win 1 more. You got to win 3 more if you don't win this game tonight. You got to win 3. So you can win this. If you win this game tonight, you only got to win 1 more to get yourself to the finals. Is what I'm talking about. But you have to win 3 more if you don't. So, what do you like about the Hogs' chances tonight?
I think they're pitching Morris.
I think
6-0 this year.
Right.
Zach Morris throwing the lefty at him. Morris needs to keep the ball down, keep the long ball,
keep it in the park,
out of play. That's always the goal. And the Hogs with the regional that they had in Stillwater, I still think it's one of the best regionals of all time. Just the adversity that is constant. I mean, you go down 10, and then you look up and we're up 8.
Right.
It's like, how did you and then to lead that over into North Carolina and the Super Regionals and take care of them in 2, and then looking forward to Stanford. I mean, number 2 team in the country,
yes,
and everybody's got you circled that you're going to take a loss, and then you run roll them, in my opinion. That's a run roll. You beat them by 15, that's a run roll.
That's a run roll.
You shouldn't even play the 9. Should have been over in the 3rd or whatever it is, 15 after 3. But I mean, Hogs right now are red hot. So are the Rebels. I think. I mean, it's going to be one of those classic showdowns, I believe. A team with a lot of heat,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's not very many, and I'm the first one to tell you, I don't like Ole Miss. Ole Miss is one of those teams where I just can't stand to watch them. I can't stand them. And that's how Arkansas fans feel about Ole Miss, and that's how Ole Miss feels about Arkansas. That's in every sport.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, it's going to be a good one, maybe a little trash talk, but I like the Hogs' chances. Caden Wallace, I think, is a guy that's going to play at the next level and make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, he is unbelievable arm, got the power to go oppo. Brady Slavens, I don't know if y'all.
I noticed it. I've noticed it since you told me. Yeah.
Brady Slavens opens his mouth as wide as it'll go because it makes his eyes open.
That's what he says.
Hey, keep doing it, Brady. He's batting 500 in
something's working, isn't it?
Yeah, he's batting 500 in postseason, so you just keep on rolling. Hogs got a very, very good shot tonight to do it. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. Had their number in the regular season and winning 2 out of 3. I don't think we swept them. I think we were 2 out of 3. But Ole Miss is not going to go down without a fight.
No. It's
going to be a good one. There will be some balls hit tonight that go well over the fence, I think, on both parties. But I think it's going to come down to who can keep the ball in the ballpark.
Keep it in the park.
The least amount of time. So I would still like the Hogs' chances tonight. If they can get over this one, I think they've got a very, very, very good possibility of winning the whole thing.
Well, I mean, you have to get there, obviously, to have that opportunity. And I mean, every game's a big game. If you don't win tonight, I mean, then you have to come back and you have to play a loser's bracket game, and then you have to play another game, and then you have to play the third game to get you to the finals. But and you only have to win one more. You only have to win one more if you win tonight. Oklahoma just needs to win one more. And but I mean, who knows? You'd think after several years, last year was so disappointing. Not as disappointing last year as when we had the World Series won, and just we did not catch a foul ball that we probably should have had every opportunity to try to catch it. But the ball didn't bounce our way, and we lose the ball game, and we lose the national championship. And then last year we had the best team in the country and didn't get there, and this year we weren't very good down the stretch.
Good early, and then
we just
fell apart.
We weren't good in the SEC tournament.
And I think a lot of that had to do with Cops last year.
Right? Yeah.
How many big spots did Cops have to pitch? Because it felt like he pitched every one
of them.
And I think this year, I mean, you saw Connor Nolan come in the Oklahoma State game, and everybody's kind of giving him heck about, he's a senior, he's got to do better. He's never had to be in this spot.
Right.
Last year, Cops came in. I mean, it was the Super Regionals. He pitched the first game through 97 pitches, and then the third game they made him throw the whole game through 8 1/3.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, at some point, it was going to run out on Cops, but that's what I'll go to right now is, man, if we had him this year, how awesome would it be?
Yeah,
because you got that guy coming in, but you don't, and you're going to go with Morris, and I think Hagan will get a call in towards the end of the game, the lefty, that he can get it up there mid 90s, so. We'll just say
he's a pretty good one, isn't he?
Yeah, freshman.
The guy can throw. His demeanor is like, I mean, this guy's he's an experienced professional. This kid's just out of high school.
18.
Yeah, just out of high school. And it kind of reminds me, the shortstop at Springfield is a guy named Mason Wynn, who's a top 5 prospect for the Cardinals. Mason Wynn was the #1 recruit for the University of Arkansas 2 years ago. I mean, he should be at the University of Arkansas, but he decided to take the money and run. And then he spent 1 year, at Peoria, and less than a year at Peoria before he's 19, and I think he's already turned 20. But he's 20 years old, and he is an electric player, and as electric as Grant Black said he had ever seen at any level. How good would we be with that guy? Because I don't know, we got a pretty good shortstop now. But
yeah, that would have been tough.
That kid could play.
Get rid of Battles, because Battles.
Well, Battles came back for a senior year.
You look at a guy like Battles, and you just go, "This guy looks like a MLB shortstop."
Oh yes, sir.
The length, the defensive play that he can do. Obviously, he's going to have trouble, I think, hitting in the big league. But at the end of that, you figure that out. You'll figure out big league pitching. Defensively, cannon of an arm.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I look at our just infield, and you go Michael Turner, a guy that that was a transfer in. I think it's a captain of the team, a big rah guy. And then you go to Wallace. We talked about him, and I think this guy will be a first-round draft pick when he's ready to go. I think he'll get to go wherever he wants to. Battles will definitely be a guy, but Robert Moore.
Yeah,
I mean he probably got him a spot.
I think so.
Coming up, Dad's the general manager of the Rules.
Yeah, I think so.
His dad told him and said,
"It's not what you know; it's who you know."
He did tell him. He said, "You're going to go to college. You're going to go get a degree because this Major League Baseball thing's temporary.
That is correct.
What you need, something that way. Something ever happens, you can prolong your life in something else. So." And then, I mean, it's just over. I mean, you just keep looking at everybody, and you're just like, Gregory is a guy, might not get an opportunity to go play in the big leagues. That guy, if he wanted to, he would definitely be a minor league club and play.
Sure.
I mean, they've got guys everywhere. And Lanzilli, a guy that can hit the deep ball. I mean, they.
And you know what amazes me is as good as those guys are, as good as they are. And just take SEC baseball. And most guys that play in the SEC don't play in affiliated baseball. Some of them do. And Grant and I have talked about this a lot too.
2% of college athletes go to the major leagues.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's
2%.
And that's the best of the best.
Yeah.
That's the best of the best. And for you to, even Grant pitched against a lot of guys. He's seen Cops pitch. He's pitched a lot of guys that have played in College World Series. He's pitched against guys who have played for the Arkansas Razorbacks. He's pitched against Cal Ripken's kid. Let's see, I don't think he got to pitch against Donnie Kessinger's grandson this past weekend.
Roger Clemens
Roger Clemens
struck him out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. So I mean, and those names that they're and not to get off on Grant, but it's hard to get to where he's gotten, and some of these, and it's even more difficult to get to the major leagues, and even these guys that you talk about. I mean, some guys are surefire major league, but not many. Mason Wynn will play in the major leagues. I can tell you that he'll play in the major league. And Jordan Walker, who plays right beside him, he just turned 20 years old too, and I'm not sure that Wynn's even 20. Jordan Walker got to beat his mom and dad up there, and he's from Georgia, and I mean he's 6'6". He's probably 220. He's going to get six. He won't get any taller than 6'6". Maybe 6'6", 240. So, but I mean, runs like a deer, just solid as a rock down at third base. I mean, you hit him one, and he's diving to his left, and he can get. I mean, it's kind of like. Well, he dives. That's over, and then all of a sudden, how did he get up that quick? And then Mason Wynn he's got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and most of his throws are 95 or better from shortstop. He picks the ball up, and it looks like the guy may be that far from the base. Out.
I'd have to have back glove on.
You're telling me? Yes, sir. He can throw it over. Anyway, we've done enough for the night because the Hogs are coming up, and we know that you're going to be there. But we'll do the two chicks for us and a birthday report coming right up, and then a little ending segment here.
Shout out to Miss Sandra Pankey.
Yeah, she watches often, doesn't she?
Always. Saw her at Hoonans, got to officially meet her, and I told her. She said, "No, you don't have to do that, but I'm going to." So shout out to Miss Sandra Pankey.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time. This is Hayden Schultz, and I'm David Black, and as we always say, go Hounds. Remind everybody that if you have somebody in your family coming up with a birthday this week, this month, or anytime soon, please remember the gift shop and at Two Chicks Florist and More. Anniversaries coming up. You need something for the lovely bride. I recommend Two Chicks Florist and More for all of your gift headquarters. Give them an opportunity to help you make it easy on yourself, guys. If you've got a big anniversary coming up, you've got a birthday for anybody in your family, think about Two Chicks Florist and More gift department in Newport, right on Malcolm Avenue. The birthdays this week brought to you by Two Chicks Florist. Donya Boyster Soden has a birthday this week. Then tomorrow, Shelly Tyner, Austin Slagley, and Carol Penix all have birthdays on the 21st. And then on the 22nd, Susie Roberts has a birthday. Kip Welch, Penny Churchman, Sue Pennington has a birthday on Wednesday as well. And on Thursday, Lula Young has a birthday, as does Misty Long Bergen. Summer Heck has a birthday on Thursday. Saturday's birthday included Doug Cash has a birthday. Lynn Lewis Bergen has a birthday. Happy birthday to Terry Ramsey coming up Saturday. Ty Jones also with a birthday, as does Michelle Allen having a birthday on Saturday. Nick Beard, Shanley Williams, Letitia Clark, all with birthdays. And then on Sunday, Melissa Stokes has a birthday. Leslie Gladwell has a birthday on Sunday, as does Mr. Andy Birmingham. Happy birthday to all of you folks, and we thank the folks at Two Chicks Florist and More. If you're thinking birthday gifts, you're thinking about gifts for special occasions, anniversary, whatever the case may be, think Two Chicks Florist and More. Take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors on Cable 15 TV, Facebook Live, Sports Unleashed. And that list is long, and we certainly appreciate all of them, or we wouldn't be able to put these programs together. Included in that list is C&M Ag Depot at 2900 Highway 367 North. Farm supplies, hardware, clothing store, power tools, you name it. Before you shop out of town, come see us at C&M Ag Depot. Dia Scrap Metal, buying cars, iron, copper, can, brass, steel, stainless, electric motors. They buy everything and they pay in real money. Give them a call at 523-3858 for more information. Fletcher Land Survey. Before you build that fence, make sure you have accurate boundaries. If you don't, you might mess up and have to tear it down. Give Kenny a call at 523 5625. Other sponsors include Fathead Pizza. That's one word and it's all caps. And it's the Hembry Brothers, Joey and Marcus. Great pizza, fresh, hot sandwiches, and the salad supreme that's second to none. You can call your order in at 870-201-1313. They'll have it ready to go. It'll be piping hot when you pick it up. Delta Trailer, been involved for 50 plus years right here in Newport, Arkansas. Dale Lee started this business many years ago in his backyard. And just built one trailer, and then one trailer went to two trailers, and then the third trailer, and then pretty soon it's a multi-trailer business, sending trailers all across the United States and Canada. These guys do it right, and let me tell you, there's no better family in Jackson County than the Eves family. And then also Temp Pro. If you need that air conditioner check, Sam and John Laster are the guys. Give them a call at 501-827-3213. And the White River Health System has the care you need when you need it in Newport and Batesville. In Newport, Dr. Randall Hunt, Dr. Nicole Lawson, and APRN Marlo Hargrave for your primary care needs at the Newport Diagnostic Medical Clinic. You can give them a call at 512-2500 for an appointment. Until next time, everybody, this is David Black for Cable 15 TV and Sports Unleashed. Thank you. See you next week.